Right. Okay. Right, well, I think we're live here. So I'm just going to have a bit of fun. I think Daniel's checked in which case, really good to see you, Dan. And for Dan and for anyone else who's on screen, can I take this opportunity of wishing you a very, very happy, prosperous and successful year 2015. It's hard work over Christmas. I find all this family time extremely tiring. So it was good to get back into the workplace today, and over the course of this this first working week in 2015, and actually feel constructive again. It's got the old bones going. 2015 can be a huge year. It's a sort of blank canvas, I guess, and we can do with it pretty much what we want to do. It's all in our own minds. We've got the power of choice, and we determine the outcome. The tragedy is the vast majority of people spend so much more time planning their trip to the Caribbean or their trip to Tenerife or their trip to the Balearics than they do actually planning the outcome of their life. And I've been as guilty as anyone of not spending enough time on the most important things over the course of my life. But that gives me a bit of wisdom. It means that I can share some experiences and hopefully give you some value. I want to talk this evening about network marketing. Okay, I'm involved with ISN, which is the International Silver Network. But International Silver Network is just my chosen vehicle, and there's a reason that I'm involved in ISN. And that's because I like this. It's silver. I'm passionate about acquiring wealth. I'm equally passionate about teaching people some of the skills, if you like, that determine your financial capability, your capacity, if you like, to provide for yourselves later on in life. So wealth education and this philosophy of creating and preserving wealth is really important to me. And I think in network marketing, that's the first lesson that we need to learn. Look, if you are really keen on health and fitness, then it makes sense to get involved in a health and fitness network. If you're really interested in telecommunications, it might make sense to get involved in a telecommunications network. But if you are interested, as I am, in wealth creation per se, then it makes sense to get involved in a network which teaches the specific skills which allow someone to maximize the outcome of their life. And that's why I'm involved in ISN. All of us need to appreciate that. It's amazing where all these people keep coming from. Is that me or you? I don't know. Peculiar, this. Anyway, what's interesting about ISN is it's not just about the silver, it's not just about the gold, it's about the philosophies. Look, I'm a keen reader, right? Jim Rohn, Chris Widener wrote this book, and it's only a very little thin one, but people should read it. Guys, please mute your microphones. Oh, okay, well, that's not me. I guess that's you, right? It's well worth reading. It doesn't take long. I found this one and recommended it the other day, and I read this ages ago and have recommended it again. Take action. Nothing happens unless we take action. I've got this one. I've been talking about making a difference recently. You need to read books like this. I'm sort of flicking through all of them. Jim Rohn, The Treasury of Quotes. This should be your Bible. Everyone should have a copy of this. It's just a phenomenal book. It's a resource. It'll change the outcome of your life. This platinum edition, John Milton Fogg, The Greatest Networker. You've really got to get into this stuff, you know. And the reason you've got to get into this stuff is because we're involved in an industry which allows us, let me start this screen share. I'd like to take control of this computer. Oh dear. You are scary. Present to everyone. Okay, so hopefully I'm okay. Present to everyone. You are screen sharing and presenting to everyone. Okay, well that's good. So hopefully you're seeing this now. But I can't be sure, but we'll hope. The first giant step in networking, and this is a giant step, is to fundamentally change the way you think about earning money. I chatted with one of my pals, works with me, and I've known him for years, Daniel, over Christmas, Daniel Booth. And we were talking about in networking, in ISN, in the majority of networks. Do stop and think here for a minute. You join Amway, great reputable network. You pay a joining fee, you commit to an auto ship for whatever products you choose to download from their array of products. You get involved in a nutritional network, you pay your joining fee, you commit to a monthly auto ship of whatever product, nutritional or whatever, that they promote. In ISN, you commit to a 200 and something dollar, very small, less than £200, buy your business, buy your franchise, and about £100 a month auto ship. That's our total business overhead. It's irrelevant which network you're in. Just pick the network that suits you, that the product suits you. Now, as I've said, silver and gold, the acquisition of real wealth, the development of the individual, to me, is massively important. And the thing we have to appreciate in network marketing is, for the first time in the lives of most of us, we are no longer exchanging an hour, a week, or month, or year for money. Right? Remember, that's what causes all of the financial illness in the world. People being taught and trained to only do something for the immediate gratification of an hourly rate, a weekly wage, a monthly salary, or an annual bonus, or whatever. Because the reality is, the years pass by, and as your energy dissipates and your ability to invest time now goes, you have no income coming in anymore. That is fundamentally flawed. And it's why the vast majority of people on planet Earth today are living in relative penury with more month than money. You have to move away from this ridiculous paradigm or belief system that is locking people into poverty. Now, network marketing is about making a leap. It's about realizing that you have to do the things today for which you're not going to get paid. The concert pianist, remember, might make a fortune playing piano concertos on a stage, but rest assured he has put 10, 15, 20 years of really hard work, learning, practicing, reviewing, getting it wrong, getting frustrated, for zero revenue, no income, nothing. But then one day it pays off. And it's the same in network marketing. When you come into network marketing, don't come into it for the money. Come into network marketing to see how big a person you can be. What can you make of yourself? To what extent can you materially change the lives of others in your lifetime? Because that's a real legacy. I use this analogy regularly, the analogy of Cliff Young, because this impressed me so much. How a 61-year-old potato farmer competing against athletes, and there were hundreds of these athletes, over a 500-mile course, can beat all of the professional athletes running over a period of however many days this was, something like 5 days, but beat all the athletes by 10 hours because he had a much better belief system. He was a farmer. He said afterwards at the post-race interview that when he was out chasing his lost sheep, he couldn't stop for a rest. He had to save them, otherwise he'd lose them. So he just ran and ran and ran and ran, and when all the athletes were sleeping, he just kept on going. Now that to me is a phenomenal inspiration. But he completely thought differently to everyone else, and he ended up being the winner. Look, I've gone online today, and I just thought, everything we read out there talks about network marketing and how it's creating multimillionaires. And it just makes me realize it doesn't matter what the product is. It really doesn't matter what the product is. It depends on you. It depends on your attitude. It depends on your willingness to commit to becoming an expert in network marketing. Now, Amway, people pull the legs of people in Amway, but some of the top earners in the world are Amway distributors. What do? They acquire their Amway distributorship, a couple of $100, commit to an auto ship every month, and listen, their auto ship at the end of the month, they've got to have eaten it probably, or used it, or consumed it one way or another. They certainly don't have it as an asset at the end of the year. But the top earners are earning millions of dollars a month. This is incredible. Organo Gold, Holton Bugs. If you've read anything about Holton Bugs, this is a relatively new company. They sell a product which tastes apparently like coffee made from a mushroom. Again, you get started for a couple of £100, couple of $100, you have an auto ship of £100 a month, and you've got to be passionate about coffee and mushrooms or whatever if you're going to be successful in that business. But look, none of these people here end up at the end of the year with an accumulation of wealth like we do, because in our auto ship, we actually get silver every month. You can say it's only an ounce of silver every month. It is, and the bullion value at the moment is probably less than $20. But it doesn't matter, because we're not in it in the short term for the money. These guys at the end of the month, they've got nothing. Now bear in mind that with the sort of coins we're collecting, the MS-70s, which is the ones I choose to collect, we know, if we've done any research, that the American silver dollar was reissued in 1986, and you know as well as I do that if you'd have invested in one of those a month for the last not even 30 years since 1986, 28 years, one silver dollar a month at MS-70, the top quality coin, you'd have invested, you know, less than $25,000. This is not a huge amount of money, but you'd be sat on coins now worth over $600,000. Now that's brilliant. So with ISN, when you get started in ISN, you're immediately, and this is what's really key about network marketing. What is really key about network marketing for the majority of people is it's transitioning you from being an employee. It's transitioning you into becoming self-employed. Now, there are tax advantages to the self-employed. The day I got started in ISN and I paid my £200, I got my first silver coin, which is brilliant. I was very happy about that. I bought my franchise. It gave me the ability to franchise ISN internationally. What a fantastic value that is. I've got one single overhead. In my life, I've run other businesses, restaurants, all the rest. Anyone who's run a business, for goodness sake, will know that you can't get a business where your only overhead is £100 a month. And in this one, it's our only overhead, and we get some silver thrown in. But come back. If I'm in employment, I can't get tax relief on my home telephone bill. I can't get tax relief on my personal car. I can't get tax relief on my broadband. I can't get tax relief on the cost of my home, using my a room at home as an office. But I can when I'm self-employed. And if you just stop and think about it, for the majority of us, we will have expenses each month, I reckon, easily £300 a month. Going out for a meal now and again, it's £3,000 or £4,000 a year. Now, if you're in an employed situation now, you're probably paying a minimum 20–25% tax, maybe 40% tax. So if you can now claim back £3,000 at 40%, you get £1,200 back. And remember, your £200, you can claim that back. The £100 a month for your auto ship, you can claim that back. So all of a sudden, because you're actually going to recoup in terms of tax benefits, over £100 a month from the day you start in your chosen network, and in ISN it's particularly powerful, because that means we all get our silver from day one for free. Now listen to me, because this is what network marketing is all about. These people earning these huge amounts of money. Now, these are obscene amounts of money. You don't earn this sort of money for a weekly wage. You don't earn this sort of money at 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds an hour or 100 pounds an hour. This is leveraged income earned today by people who for the first month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 2 years, 5 years probably didn't earn a bean. They just followed their passion. But they realized that they had found the secret to success. Pay it forward. Do the work now. Become an expert. Change the paradigms of the 95%. Break them away from mediocrity. It's not easy. You know, people are locked into these paradigms, and you have to break them out of it. But why do I extol the virtues of ISN? Because ISN, just like every other network out there, is exactly the same. It gives us all the opportunity to become incredibly wealthy, totally financially free, and to stand away from the crowd and look back 10, 20, 30 years from now and think to ourselves, my golly, we really did something with our time on planet Earth. Instead of looking back with regret like the vast majority. But you've got to switch that paradigm. It's absolutely fundamental. Just go through the list. Look, these are ordinary people, and there's all these different networks here. And I tell you, you look at it, there's not many Brits in here, and we need to change that. And there's no one from ISN in here, and rest assured we are going to change that, because ISN is the purest network that I have ever come across. Because from day one, you can honestly, hand on heart, for the vast majority of people, involve them in an educational environment, a community of like-minded people. We can change their lives for the better. We can show them how to get tax relief. We can show them how to start saving. We can show them how to start building for a better retirement. And if they buy into this ability to fundamentally take control of their lives and start to understand the power of being able to communicate that to some of their friends, then the magic starts to happen. These are ordinary people. Not one of these people has a degree in network marketing. Every single one of them was concerned on the day they started. Every single one of them, however, just stepped back, opened their minds, and surrendered to the fact that the only thing that is going to stop them acquiring this sort of income stream is themselves and their own self-limiting beliefs. These are ordinary people. Some of the people on this little first hangout of ours today, if we took photographs, we wouldn't look very much different to these people. They're exactly the same. But look at these annual earnings. And look at the networks. And remember what I said before, some of these networks, people laugh at people. They laugh at them. And yet just look. The people who are laughing at them in a month of Sundays are never going to be earning multi-millions of dollars per annum. And yet they have the audacity to laugh at us. But rest assured, none of us, me included, will ever enjoy the MLM lifestyle until we start to earn the right, because we've gone out there with blinkers on and not allowed ourselves to be distracted, to ensure that we go and follow the program. We lock into a few people. I know exactly what I want to be doing. I've got a few people around me at ISN, and you know the way I work. It's the 39 steps. Identify 2 or 3 people. Take wine with them, eat bread with them, share each other's lives, become pals, become friends. Just nurture that relationship with 2 or 3 people and ask them to duplicate that. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in direct selling. I don't want to go to 1,000 people and say you can make £1,000 a week on day one, because you can't. And that's stupidity, and that's what everyone else is doing. Right, so you've got to break away from that way of thinking. I want friends. I want to make a difference to their lives. I want to help them develop for themselves a really strong future built on solid financial foundations. But you've got to have a strong reason why. My reason why is very much that I want to, when I leave this planet, I've only got one very short period of time, because the years just go by so blasted quickly. I just want to have the opportunity in my lifetime to actually make a difference to some people's lives. I'm very specific as to what I want to do, and it's to help 2 or 3 people attain success at the very highest level within network marketing. It's hard. You know, we all have different demands on our time, whether it's families, whether it's our wives or spouses, whether it's our children. There's lots of things which are going to impact on us. The important thing is we have to take personal responsibility, and we have to take action, and we have to be committed. What I'm going to do is take a break, because I keep seeing little messages coming up, and I don't know why those messages are coming up. So what am I seeing? You're presenting to everyone. I can't seem to get the chat on, so I'm going to carry on. Sorry, I can edit that out if need be. Okay, look, the ground rules for success in network marketing are teach the teacher to teach the teacher to teach. You have to make a decision if you want to be a 6-figure earner to become a 6-figure student. That's just the reality. You need to understand too that networks are built around solid foundations, and the solid foundations are about relationships. It's built about friendships, it's built about trust, it's built around integrity. And remember, if you want to build something of substance, you really want to build a huge business, then unlike a dry stone wall that you can build 6 foot high without water, and it will weather the winds of time, if you want to build a skyscraper, you're going to have to put some mortar and reinforcement into the structure. And the key in networking is to empower the people around you. And the best way to empower the people around you is, like with a pan of cold water, is to just get them warmed up. And what's the heat? Well, the heat is nurture. The heat is fraternity. The heat is community. The heat is working together. You know what it's like. If you promise yourself to go to the gym every day, you probably won't. But if 2 of you promise to commit to meet at the gym at a specific time, you probably will. Having a gym buddy helps. The more people that we help.
Won't hear you.
Mark, we got you back.